was my first time in my life. I see 20,000 people around my head in one hall, in one sport hall. I think this is to be here to make a podcast with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For sure, we are going to win. This is my feeling. And I hope for that to win the title and get the chance.
Dobar dan poštovani gledalci, dobrodošli u 29. izdanje SwishCasta. Moj današnji gost je golman rukometnog kluba Partizan, Saeid Heidarirad. Saeid, first of all, how are you?
First of all, I want to say thank you that you make this time and this podcast. Actually, I'm good because we have been in preparation for the team and the winter preparation, and then some friendly game, and I think we are all fine to start the second part of the season.
I'll please you to tell me your short life story.
It's hard to cut it, but I'm trying. My life story about the sport started very hard because when I started, it was late, almost 17 years old, and then this was something impossible for me to start to be a professional player, to have a future to play in the Europe. But I think in this sport, everything is possible if you work. And first cut, it's always there for us. But when you have effort in your life, for sure you will have your result. And for me it was very hard because I start from the village and I was in the high school in the city, and then I was going to the sport. I started from the school that my coach told me that I'm good for the sport, and I start handball in some competition, school competition. Anyway, and it was like I went to the competition. It was like I have this sport in my blood or something, like a talented, and he was always trying to giving me that confidence that I will be like a good player. Every day he say this in my ear. It's for me it's a really long story if I want to tell all, but I'm trying to cut some part to say the important part. But hardest part was for me that my family never accept sport.
Why you choose to play handball?
It was like an accident. Believe me, it was like an accident because just my coach, my sport teacher in the school, he asked me to play. That he told me that I have the somehow material for this sport. Let's try. And I started as a goalkeeper because I was okay in the football and futsal goalkeeper somehow, and this was the reason. And I start to play in the school academy, handball school academy, and then when I grow up a little bit, I start to play in the real academy. And but it was hard for me because I was going from the village to the city, and we were farming. My father he was a teacher, but we had at the same time farming, and I was working with my brothers in the farm, in the land. But I still like to do because it's not something. It's for me something big. And but in that moment they didn't let me. I skipped many times to go to a sport, and in one moment everybody wanted me to give up. But when I had more opportunity, I see many players in that moment. Some players was in my city in national team, but this gives me more confidence that I can be also. So it was like never give up. No, I didn't give up because this would become a dream for me, and one target in my life. And then I continue, and in one moment it was a national team camp, and nobody calls me for that. I had a coach there, and I called him. I didn't have the telephone mobile to call him, but I found one mobile to call him. I found him. Please bring me to national team, but with zero money. I had no money to go to Tehran because I didn't have a job or something. I was really young to have my salary or my pocket full, and especially we were working all the time. And I didn't want you to take money from my family. I like it to be independent, in my in I don't know how to say, but I was like this, all the time for my things. I like it to be independent in my life, and it was hard to find the money. I take from some friends, and I go to Tehran to preparation to the national team. He speak with the coach. It was a Russian coach. He accepted me to stay to practice with them to see how it's going on. But in that day, when I arrived there, my real sport life start. I think because everything God put everything together, step by step. He put something in front of me, and I believe in that because which I see this, it was all from the God. He wanted me to be to be here to make a podcast with you. I think he make everything step by step like a stairs. I didn't jump from the 1 to 100, not really. I jump 1, 2, 3, step by step, believe me. And this was until sport, my real sport life start.
How your family treated your idea to become handball player?
They didn't accept it. They never. They wanted me to be a really good student. I was okay in the school. I was studying, but when handball start, I become opposite, and it was very hard for them because my father was teacher. He expect for me to be a really good student, to have a job like from my university, to go to university, to become really somebody who come in the school side, not from the sport side. It was like this, but I fought for that a lot of time to not go to a school, to go to a sport. It was for me like this, but very hard. And now when I am thinking about it, I think it's like how I pass it. I thought a lot. In that moment, I never forget this my stories. But how I passed it was really hard.
How you felt back in the day when you debuted in professional handball?
Sorry.
How you felt back in the day when you debuted?
It was, and when I feel back that story, it was very hard for me. Believe me, like sport life, like that life I had, like I wanted to be a sport professional. I practiced 3 times in the day, which for me was the hardest part. When you go 8 in the night as a kid to the village by walk or by bicycle, is not easy. It's not easy. So for me, it's painful. It's still painful, but with the pleasure. That pain is. I'm still feeling that pain was like pleasure for me.
What you can tell me about period in Dinamo Bucharest?
Very good period. I grew up there. I prove more there. I appreciate them always, but this wasn't like that. They really they. I had a professional contract with them. I must to play there good, and they support. So it was from the both sides. So for me, Dinamo was the place that I grew up. I prove more. I show more. I practice more to come here. To be a really handball player, like who is playing in the Europe in the good level of handball. In Dinamo, I had a lot of times up down, but I'm telling you, not giving up. I didn't give up. First year was very hard for me, especially first 6 months, first part of the season when I arrived there, 2017. Very hard for me, because the different of the handball style, different players, different stuff. To accept this, to get adapt with this was hard. But anyway, it's pass. If you work for it, you will pass it. You will pass it for sure. Okay, not after 2 months, maybe after 6 months. And and after 6 months I start to play it. And become more easy for me. The lifestyle, the sport lifestyle, all become more easy, and I feel relaxed, and I start to grow day by day. And I always appreciate them. I appreciate them always. In some, I think first 4 season was my best years in Dinamo, my best. Okay, last 3 season was a little bit complicated, but in the first 4 season, yes, was my best for me.
Can you tell me a story behind your nickname, Ninja?
Ninja. This, when I arrived in Dinamo, I was really skinny and very fast. But this was in practice happen all the time. I was butterflying for the ball, to save the ball. I was jumping. One of our players, they call me Saeid. You look like ninja. I start from this, and he say to me every day, "Hey, ninja." And second day, another player, ninja. And this become by day, everybody say ninja. And this become my nickname, really. And after the supporters, which is, I have a lot of respect for them, they all the time call me ninja. And I have a lot of, really a lot of good memories with them, and I won't forget anything there.
What is the best lesson you learned in Dinamo Bucharest?
Everything is possible. Really, with Dinamo was like we never think that we can win 10 games in the row in Champions League, for example. I learned there until I found myself. I learned there that I can be good. That teach me I can be a professional. For example, if I want to be a good player, I must have always my own practice, my rules. This is what I learned there, and for me, it's the most important. As for the sportive, to have a correct lifestyle.
Now I would like to focus on Partizan. What you can tell me about Partizan from negotiations to nowadays?
I come here late. I think it was September, beginning of September. I come here, and I lost the preparation because I come late. I had some negotiation, and Partizan. I know Partizan from before, of course, and now especially with the coaches, which is Cirkovic. I know him very well because he was coaching Romania in one of the good teams in Romania. And we had some negotiation that it's to come here, and I accept because I know it's a big club, and we are growing. I think every day we are growing, and it will be more better Partizan, in my opinion. And Partizan is big club. Partizan handball also deserve to be like a basketball. For sure it will be, and I hope we are working for that to be. And especially we have the big supporters, Probari, and we have people around us who is really working for it, this team to be a big team in the Europe, and I'm sure it will be. And I really feel good here with them, with the people, and I think is a correct place where I am.
What do you know about Serbia?
Serbia,
Food, culture.
Serbia. I had a friend before I come here. I still have my friends here, and I had my teammates, but I never been in Serbia. This was when I come here. Was my first time I come to Serbia, but I had coaches, Balkan coaches. I had friends, teammates. I didn't know about nothing about here, to be honest, no information. But now there is a really, I don't have a lot of time to try the foods and to go to restaurant. Not really, I don't have time because I have a kid small, and especially my wife is cooking Iranian food, so I try to choose my Iranian food. But about the food I ate some, I don't remember the name, but I think somehow was very, very close to our tradition food, you know. I don't know how to say, but we say dolma, for example. It's like a cabbage with some rice inside, and I like that one because we have something similar. Anyway, Serbia for me is not really hard to live. I get used here very, very quickly, me, my family, and I think it's a good place. I like it.
Do you know some words in Serbian?
Yes, I know. I learned the numbers, some words, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know more. Some more words I know. I'm trying to learn because I like to understand the people around me, and I try. I ask when I don't know something. They say something. I ask what means that, you know, to learn at least some words to be more easy for me.
What you know about history of Partizan, not just in handball, but in football and basketball?
Basketball is basketball. We know it.
Main thing.
Yes, main thing in Partizan. But Partizan it's big in football, in basketball, and I have been at the basketball game. It was my first time in my life. I see 20,000 people around my head in one hall, in one sport hall. I think this is one of the big things that Partizan have. These people, you know, when you go there, you don't see. I don't think so. You see many people are sitting. They are always supporting. This is what I know from the Partizan. What I know from the basketball team, that they have really big support always from the people, and this is you must respect them always, and for me, they deserve a lot of respect. Football, I'm really not really fans of football too much. I don't think so. I don't know when I watched football in the TV even. But about basketball more, I know that it's what I told you.
Who is your favorite teammate now and why?
My favorite, the guys are all okay. But really, I cannot choose the name. They are all okay. They are all good. You know, that's why I feel good here. We are very friendly to each other. If I want to choose the name, it's very hard for me because I must choose the 20 players.
No problem. Can you tell me what would you be if you weren't a handball player? Just one thing.
Maybe teacher. But I don't look like a teacher. But maybe, which my family wanted, you know, maybe from that pressure I become a teacher or something like that.
Who's your expectations for the second part of the season for the club?
For sure we are going to win. This is my feeling, and I hope for that to win the title and get the champion, because we are here for this.
Poštovani gledalci, to je to što se tiče ovog izdanja SwishCasta. Saeid, can you look at this camera and say something to our viewers at the end?
To
Our viewers.
Okay, I want to tell thank you so much for the time that you make for us, and I hope to see you more here with the guys, and I think this podcast will be more support for the team and for our guys. Thank you so much.